Bitcoin is an online alternative currency system which acts as a form of digital money. Bitcoin is used both as an investment and as the method of payment for goods and services, and is touted as the means to do so without needing to involve any third parties. Despite their growing popularity, most businesses still do not accept Bitcoin, and their usefulness as investment is both highly questionable and potentially risky. Before proceeding to buy Bitcoin, it's important to understand what is it and its advantages and disadvantages. Understand Bitcoin basics. Bitcoin is a complete visual currency that allows consumers a way to exchange money for free without the use of third parties like a bank, credit card company, or other financial institutions. Bitcoin are not regulated or controlled by central authority like a Federal Reserve, and all Bitcoin transactions take place in an online marketplace where users are anonymous and untraceable for the most part. Bitcoin allows you to exchange money instantly with anybody in the world without need to create a merchant account or use bank or financial institutions. Transferring money does not require names, meaning that it's little risk of identity thefts. To understand Bitcoin, it's important to understand Bitcoin mining, which is the process by which Bitcoin are created. While mining is complex, the basic idea is each time a Bitcoin transaction is made between two people, the transaction is logged digitally by computers in a transaction log that describes all the details of the transactions, like time and who owns how many Bitcoins. These transactions are then shared publicly into something known as blockchain, which states every transaction and who owns every Bitcoin. Bitcoin miners are individuals who own computers that constantly verify the blockchain to ensure it's correct and up to date. They are the individuals that confirm transactions, and in exchange of doing so, they are paid in Bitcoin, which increases the supply. Since Bitcoin is not overseen by central authority, mining ensures that the individual transferring the Bitcoin has enough, that the agreed upon amount they transferred, and that the balance of each member of the transaction is correct afterwards. Gaining familiarity with the legal issues surrounding Bitcoin. Recently, the federal agency responsible for combating money laundering announced new guidelines for visual currencies. The updated guidelines will regulate Bitcoin exchanges, but will leave the rest of the Bitcoin economy alone. For now, the Bitcoin network is resistant to the government regulation, and it has gained a loyal following among people who engage in illegal activities like drug dealing and gambling due to the fact money can be exchanged anonymously. However, transactions are still traceable. The FBI was able to seize numerous Bitcoin wallets used by bad actors. The federal law enforcement may eventually conclude that Bitcoin is a money laundering tool and may look for ways to shut it down. Shutting down Bitcoin completely would be a challenge, but intense federal regulation could push the system underground. This would then diminish the value of Bitcoin as legitimate currency. Become aware of Bitcoin's advantages. Bitcoin's major advantages include slow fees, protection from identity theft, protection from payment fraud, and immediate settlement. Low fees. Unlike using traditional finance system, whereby the system itself, like PayPal or bank, is compensated with a fee, Bitcoin bypasses the entire system. The Bitcoin network is maintained by the miners who are compensated with a new Bitcoin. Protection from identity theft. Bitcoin usage does not require a name or any other personal information, simply an ID for your digital wallet, the means used to send and receive a Bitcoin. Unlike the credit card, where the merchant has a full access to your ID and a credit line, Bitcoin users operate totally anonymously. Protection against payment fraud. Because Bitcoins are digital, they cannot be counterfeited, which protects against payment fraud. In addition, transaction cannot be reversed, like what occurs with a credit card chargeback. Immediate transfer and settlement. Traditional, the money is transferred. It involves significant delays, holds, or the hassles. The lack of third party means that money can be transferred direct between people with an ease and it without complexities, delays, and fees associated with making purchases between parties that are using different currencies and providers. Now, let's become aware of the downsides of using Bitcoin. With the traditional banking, if someone makes a fraudulent transaction on your credit card or bank goes belly up, there are laws in place to limit consumer losses. Unlike traditional banks, Bitcoin does not have a safety net in place if your Bitcoins are lost or stolen. There is no intermediary power to reimburse you for any lost or stolen Bitcoins. Keep in mind that the Bitcoin network is not immune to hackers, and the average Bitcoin account is not completely secure against hacking or security breaches. One study found 18 of 40 businesses offering the exchange Bitcoin into another currencies have gone out of business, with only 6 exchanges reimbursing their customers. Price volatility is also a major downside. This means the price of Bitcoin in dollars fluctuates wildly. For example, in 2013, one Bitcoin was worth about $13 US. It then quickly moved to over $1,200 US and is now approximately to $18,597 US. This means if you are converting to Bitcoin, it's important to stay in it, as moving back to USD could result in significant loss of funds. Let's explore the risk of Bitcoin as an investment. One of the Bitcoin's popular uses is an investment, and this deserves a special word of caution before proceeding. The main risk of investing in Bitcoin is its extreme volatility, with prices moving rapidly up and down. The risk of loss is substantial. In addition, because Bitcoin's value is determined by supply and demand, should Bitcoin end up being subject to government regulation in any form, it could reduce the amount of people who want to use Bitcoin, which could theoretically make a currency worthless. We now have to look how to set up a Bitcoin storage. Store your Bitcoins online. In order to buy Bitcoins, you first need to create a storage site of your Bitcoins, and this is the first step to purchase Bitcoin. Currently, there are 2 ways you can store Bitcoins online. First one, store the keys of your Bitcoin as an online wallet. The wallet is the computer file that will store your money, similar to a real wallet. You can create a wallet by installing the Bitcoin client, which is software which powers the currency. However, if your computer is hacked by a virus or hackers, or if you misplace the files, you may lose your Bitcoins. Always back up your wallet to an external hard drive to avoid losing your Bitcoins. Store your Bitcoin via a third party. You can also create a wallet by using online wallet via third-party sites like Coinbase or blockchain.info, which will store your Bitcoins in the cloud. These are easier to set up, but you'll be trusting the third party with your Bitcoins. These sites are 2 of the larger and more reliable third-party sites, but there are no guarantees about the security of these sites. Second, create a paper wallet for your Bitcoins. One of the most popular and cheapest options for keeping your Bitcoins safe is a paper wallet. The wallet is small, compact, and made of paper that has a code. One of the benefits of the paper wallet is the private keys to the wallet are not stored digitally, so it cannot be subject to cyber attacks or hardware failures. Several online sites offer paper Bitcoin wallet services. They can generate a Bitcoin address for you and create an image containing 2 QR codes. One is a public address you can use to receive Bitcoin, and other is a private key which you can use to spend Bitcoins stored in that address. The image is printed on a long piece of paper that you can then fold in half and carry with you. Third, use a hardware wallet to store your Bitcoin. Hardware wallets are very limited in number and can be difficult to acquire. They are dedicated devices that can hold private keys electronically and facilitate payments. Hardware wallets are usually small and compact, and some are shaped like USB sticks. The Trezor hardware wallet is a deal for Bitcoin miners who want to acquire a larger number of Bitcoins, but do not want to rely on third-party sites. The compact Ledger Bitcoin wallet acts as a USB storage for your Bitcoins and uses smart card security. It's one of the most affordable hardware wallets on the market. Now let's look on how to exchange Bitcoin. Choose an exchange service. Obtaining Bitcoin through an exchange is the easiest way to obtain Bitcoin. An exchange works like any other currency exchange. You simply register and convert whatever your currency is into Bitcoin. There are hundreds of available exchanges, and the best exchange option depends on where you are located. But the more well-known exchange services include Crypto. This is a Singapore-based wallet which allows users to trade Singapore dollars for Bitcoins. The company currently has the only web platform and is only mobile-friendly. Coinbase. The popular wallet in the exchange service will also trade US dollars and euros for Bitcoin. The company has web and mobile apps for more convenient Bitcoin buying and trading. Circle. This exchange services offer users the ability to store, send, receive, and exchange Bitcoins. Currently, only US citizens are able to link their bank accounts to deposit funds. Supple. This wallet and Bitcoin debit card provide offers deposits in fiat currencies that are then converted to Bitcoin in your account. Some exchange services allow you to also trade Bitcoin. Other exchange services act as a wallet services with a limited buying and selling capabilities. Most exchanges and wallets will store amounts of digital or fiat currencies for you, much like a regular bank account. Exchanges and wallets are a good option if you want to engage in regular trading and do not need total anonymity, and provide proof of your identity and contact information to the service. When signing up for an exchange service, you will need to provide personal information to the service to create an account. Most countries legally require any individual or financial system using a Bitcoin exchange service to meet anti-money laundering requirements. Though you are required to provide proof of your identity, exchanges and wallets do not provide the same protection that banks do. You are not protected against hackers or given reimbursement if exchange goes out of the business. Third, buy Bitcoin with your exchange account. Once you set up your account via an exchange service, you'll need to link it to an existing bank account and arrange to move funds between it and your new Bitcoin account. This will usually be done via wire transfer and interest fees. Some exchanges allow you to make a deposit in person to their bank account. This will be done face-to-face rather than through an ATM. If you are required to link to a bank account to use the exchange service, it will likely only admit banks from the country where the exchange services is based. Some exchanges will allow you to transfer money to overseas accounts, but the fees will be much higher, and there may be a delay exchanging the Bitcoin back into a local currency. After all, you may need to sell your Bitcoins. First one, you have to search for sellers on local Bitcoins. This is a primary site used to make face-to-face trades with a local seller. You can arrange a meetup and negotiate price for the Bitcoins. The site also has added layer of protection for both parties. Second, use meetup.com to find sellers. If you're not comfortable with one-on-one trades, use meetup.com to look for a Bitcoin meetup group. You can all then decide to buy Bitcoin as a group and learn from other members who have used the sellers to buy Bitcoins before. Negotiate the price before the meetup. Depending on seller, you may pay up to premium around 5 to 10% of the exchange price for a face-to-face trade. You can check the current Bitcoin exchange rates online via bitcoin.crackmode.com. Before agreeing to the seller's rate, you should also ask a seller if they prefer to be paid in cash or via an online payment service. Some sellers may allow you to use a PayPal account to pay, though most sellers prefer non-reversible cash as a payment. A reputable trader will always negotiate the price with you before you meet up. Many will not wait too long to meet up once the price is finalized. In case Bitcoin's value takes a dramatic shift, meet the seller in busy public place. Avoid meeting in private homes. You should take all the precautions, especially if you are carrying cash on you to pay the seller for the coins. Have access to your Bitcoin wallet. When you meet the seller face-to-face, you will need to access your Bitcoin wallet via your smartphone, tablet or laptop. You will also need internet access to confirm the transaction has gone through. Always check the Bitcoin has been transferred into your account before you pay the seller. Now, let's look on Bitcoin ATMs. Always locate a Bitcoin ATM near you. Bitcoin ATMs are a relatively new concept, but they are growing in number. You can use an online Bitcoin ATM app to find an ATM near you. Many institutions around the world now offers a Bitcoin's ATMs, from universities to local banks. Most Bitcoin's ATMs only accept cash, as they are not set up to process debit or credit card transactions. Insert your cash into ATM. Then scan your mobile wallet QR code or access the codes needed from your account via your smartphone to load Bitcoins onto your wallet. Exchange rates at Bitcoin's ATMs can vary up to 3 to 8% on top of the standard exchange price. Please don't forget to subscribe.